What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, it's Alex here. Welcome back to another video where I'll be telling you everything from scratch about how you can start your life here in Malta. Okay guys, so you might have already seen the video that I have done about living in Malta. Now, when I did that video, I did break down everything that you need to know, but those were like just the few points. And I've been receiving quite a lot of messages which are asking me about things, certain things of each point that I have mentioned in that video. For ever who haven't checked that video, please have a look at it. It's going to be linked down in the description below and somewhere up over here on the screen. Anyway, let's continue. You might be here in this video because you are making a decision that you would like to move to Malta. Malta has been a hot destination for people to relocate over here and start their life, and also has been a very exotic destination for tourists as well. Now, me myself, for those of you that do not know, I'm not Maltese. I'm in fact a proud Macedonian, and I've been here living in Malta since 2015. And I'll be very transparent with you. I moved to Malta by accident. When I say by accident, I mean like a positive accident. I came here on the island just because I loved the weather. I love the touristic side of Malta. So I can say that I've been on the other side of the screen as well, because while I was living as a tourist in Malta, I was thinking of staying in Malta, but I didn't really know how exactly it goes with the fact how you can find a job, where you can start, and all of these things. So I'm gonna break it down for you in this video. Let's start from the very beginning. You might be sitting at home and you might be thinking of moving to Malta, but you don't know how and you don't know from where to start. Let's disregard the fact that you're at home and you're looking for a job, but you're not succeeding online, meaning you're not able to find an employer through the websites, so you would like to come directly on spot and try your luck over here on the island. I'm gonna talk first now about the non-European citizen. Back in the days, you need to come on the island either through European or non-European country. Depending from which side you're on your way towards Malta, you need to pay attention that if you're arriving from a European country, you wouldn't be going through the passport control, meaning you wouldn't be asked from the border controllers where you're staying and all of these things. However, if you're landing in Malta from a non-European country, then you will be asked several questions. The first question would be, where are you going to stay for your intended time frame while you're staying in Malta? So here comes the thing that either you need to have already somebody that lives in Malta, so as a proof where you're going to stay, you're going to stay at their place, or you need to book a hotel and prove to the border controllers that you're going to stay at a hotel. Then definitely you will be asked for your return ticket, meaning that you need to have a flight back, but not to your country, a flight out of Malta. Then you have the next step, which is, where are you going to stay? If you don't have any friends on the island, then you need to stay, if you like to get the cheapest accommodation, you need to stay at a hostel. I'm gonna tell you like this, don't do the mistake that many people are doing. They're coming on the island, they're driven by the beautiful weather, the beautiful beaches and the sun and everything, and instead of starting looking for a job and everything from day one, they start going out, having fun, meeting new people, chilling, hanging out, making out with new people and all of these things. Try to avoid that. Try to do this, but in a completely different way. The first and very important thing as soon as you land in Malta is for you to go to your accommodation place, hostel, hotel, apartment, whatever it is, straight away prepare your CV, print the CV in as many copies as you can, and start looking for a job on spot. Important thing that you also need to include in your CV before you start applying for a job and delivering your CVs, you need to have a Maltese number. When I say Maltese number, I'll tell you exactly why. Because when you deliver your CV and you show to an employer that you have a foreign number which is not Maltese, most probably you wouldn't be getting a phone call. Because with this, you're showing to the employer that you are not 100% sure that you would be staying in Malta. Pretty sure that many of you guys have been asking the people how you can apply for a job if you go directly to the company. And many people told you, once you arrive to the company, tell them, let me speak with the manager. Guys, that's completely wrong. If you're going in a hotel and if you say to the receptionist, can I speak to the manager? Most probably you will be said just gonna pass it on to HR. And then what's happening? Your CV goes directly to the bin. Trust me, the first thing that you need to do when you're approaching a company, let's say it's a waiter in a restaurant or a receptionist in a hotel, you need to impress those people. The first person that you're gonna meet inside that company. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because most probably that person that you're gonna see at the beginning, if you impress, if you put smile on their faces, if you show them that you are a good person, definitely your CV is going to the human resources department. Trust me, I've been there and I've done that. And that's why I'm telling you that this is the most important tip that you need to know. So let's sum it up. I'm gonna say it one more time. Please, for the love of God, don't go to a company and the first thing you're gonna say, can I speak to the manager? No, forget about it. Okay, so now you're distributing your CVs into the companies. Let me tell you like this. Please don't go into a gaming company, insurance company, or any company that you might see and you're going on the desk and applying with your CV. Try to avoid that. Those are usually companies that they have their own website and they have their own application on their website for you to apply for a job. And most likely you would present yourself in a more sophisticated way by going on their websites and applying directly. Why? Because they will be seeing that you already did the research about their company, meaning that you are truly interested to start working for them. When you are back to your accommodation, to the hostel or a hotel or apartment where you're staying, you need to go on Facebook pages which are offering accommodation in Malta, and you need to start looking for your accommodation over here. When you go on the Facebook pages asking people about the accommodation, you need to see and search and filter rooms in Malta which are going to be with the price range between 200 euros and 500 euros. Before I continue, if someone of you guys is watching this video and already has a job to move to Malta, but you're trying to find an accommodation to live in Malta, feel free to send me a message. My social media is going to be linked down below and over here on the screen somewhere. Feel free to send me a message, and if you find any accommodation, just send me the location or anything, and I don't have any problem with it. I'll go straight away and I will see and I will confirm for you whether this is legit or no. You're welcome. Eventually, you will start getting job opportunities. You will start getting calls for an interview. If you guys don't receive any kind of phone call within the first 4 to 5 up to 7 days, please don't start sending emails to that company. Hey, have you reviewed my application? Have you go through my interview? No. Try to avoid this at many costs. None of these employers would like to see that you are pushing to get into their company. They're going to give you a call. I do understand that it might be burning under your feet to look for a job, but that doesn't mean that you need to push your employer. Your employer is going to be your best friend, so try to work with them in that level. And from the other hand, if you are not receiving any kind of phone call, please don't think that this is the end of the world. Keep on delivering your CVs all over. Keep on looking for companies in Malta and find their applications on their websites and apply for a job. From the other hand, if you get an interview, it doesn't mean that you need to stop over here, because it could result that you would not be getting this job. If you get one interview and it's a rejection, this should not demotivate you. This, in fact, will benefit you. Why? Because you will be already having an interview, so you can kind of get to know of how the interview process is going on the island. And to be quite frank with you, it's very simple and very easy. The first and most important thing that people will be checking is your physical appearance. Let's be quite honest. You're meeting your employer, and that's the first thing that you can see before you start speaking. The second and very important thing is they will check the level of English that you have. They will check the education level that you have, and they will check your work experience that you have in your CV. So try to impress your employer in this regard. But please try not to be overly done. Nobody likes to see you with shiny shoes, a tuxedo, and a red bow. Please try to avoid going into companies dressed like you are going to get married. Please. You need to be smart, casual, but it doesn't mean that you need to go and end up over there with Nike or Adidas sneakers. Let's put all these applications on Spot and on websites on the side. Let me put you in another way of how you can get a job. Guys, if you're arriving in Malta, Your best friend over here is going to be the public beach. Why? Because when you're going on the public beach, people here are very happy. People here are very friendly. So I see a lizard. So most probably you will be spending some time at the beach and meeting new friends. I'm telling you, the best place for you to find new friends are the cozy and the hidden beaches where you will find people that are just relaxing, that are just reading a book, or they're meditating. Honestly, you would more likely find a job through these people rather than going in the public beaches where there are a lot of tourists as well, and you will find people that will ask you to go out in the evening. I mean, whoever wants to do that, you're more than welcome. But here we are talking about you starting your life, and the first part is you looking for a job. Guys, we all do understand that we have the platforms for dating, and we all do understand that we have the platforms where you can meet new people. My tip over here is going to be get on those platforms and start looking for new friends over there as well. Why? Because you will start going out for coffees, going to the beach, any kind of normal dates. Most probably you will end up finding someone that you might be very lucky and offer you a job. And I'm not gonna, please try not to understand me that I'm saying that you need to sleep with those people to get a job. Definitely no. Oh, and something came on my mind. Ladies, if you're watching this, at any cost, please try to avoid going with a mini skirt on an interview, white shirt with a huge deep V-neck showing your attributes over there, and fake eyelashes. Please try to avoid this. Try to do this in a very subtle way. Put yourself into the eyes of your employer in your true self. Put yourself in the eyes of your employer, very natural, and please try to be as polite as you can. Crossing your legs to your employer would not take you anywhere. To be quite frank with you, you know where it's going to take you? In their bed, and you'll never see them again. People are not trying to find a person that is easily getting into bed. People are trying to find a person that can get them money in their company. Was that rude? Let's continue, because sometimes when I do these kind of videos, I feel so rude when I'm talking with the camera, so I do apologize if someone is seeing me as rude, but honestly, I'm trying to help as much as people as I can, and I'm trying to help you out by putting in your mind which mistakes you need to try and avoid while you're looking for a job in Malta. I need a glass of water. Hold on. Now the next thing is you need to look for a local bank. I am on two local banks over here. I'm in Bank of Valletta and I'm in APS. Getting an account with APS took me just few days, but getting an account with the Bank of Valletta, which is the official bank in Malta, took me several weeks. And how is the process of getting these accounts? It all depends on from which country you are coming. However, on the other hand, you have the online bank which is called Revolut. Let's say you are from the European Union, meaning you don't need any work visa. So most probably for you it will be even easier to find a job and start working with your employer straight away. But from the other hand, if you are non-European Union, here it comes the part about your work permit. I already mentioned this in one of my videos, but I'll try to break it down over here, short but sweet. So if you are from the non-European Union, you are considered as a third national country citizen, meaning that you need to apply for your work permit. If you find an employer who will tell you that they will be your sponsors for your visa, however you need to pay, your work visa process is going. Guys, wherever you are coming from, everyone is going through the same process. So what you need to do, once you find your job employer, you need to go to Identity Malta and you need to take the documentation for your work permit. In this documentation, it will be listed all the documents that you need, yourself and your employer as well. For your employer, they're going to give you an application that your employer is going to fill it up, and they will be the ones saying that they will be hiring you, meaning they're your sponsors. However, on the other side, you need to prepare your documentation. Your passport should not be finishing in about 3 months from the day when you're applying for your work permit. Also, you will be needing to make a copy of all pages of your passports. You need to have a CV, which is very important to have 3 years of experience in the same role that you are going to work here in Malta. You will need to have cover letters. you will need to have recommendations, and you need to have approval of a rental agreement, meaning that once you find a job, you already have to have your accommodation as well. When you find your accommodation, oh, this is a very important thing that I forgot to say. When you find your accommodation, if you're moving into a sharing apartment, pay attention with the landlord that they need to give you a proof that you are actually a tenant into that building, into that flat, because this will be needed for you to apply for your work permit. And the last thing that you will be needing a local insurance. You can just go into any local insurance company and apply for the cheapest insurance. I hope this video answered many of your questions. I hope this video was very helpful for you guys. If you did find this video very helpful and informative, please make sure to like the video down below and don't forget to click the subscribe button. I'm gonna leave all my socials down below, so feel free to contact me anytime you need any kind of advice or information about Malta. I'm gonna leave you in this video over here in a positive way, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!